Hey guys, it's Katie and I'm here today to do the It's Finally Fall book tag, and I wasn't officially tagged or tagged at all, but I saw other people doing it and I was like, I'm gonna do it myself because it looks like such a cute tag and I love fall, and so I thought I would do it anyway. So launching into the questions. Number 1. In fall, the air is crisp and clear. Name a book with a vivid setting. For this, I think I'm going to go with The Silmarillion by J.R.R. Tolkien. And I have the pretty version here. Silmarillion. Beautiful book. So vivid. The world is so explicit. And the illustrated version is honestly everything. Look at that. Look at how pretty these are. Oh, I love this book. It's, for those of you who don't know, it's literally the creation of Tolkien's world. What happens in the First Age and the Second Age, the birth of all the races and all the wars and some beautiful romance stories and just frankly downright tragedy. Literally everyone dies in this book. It's a good time. But yes, one of my favorites. Number 2. Nature is beautiful, but also dying. Name a book that is beautifully written, but deals with a heavy topic. For this, unsurprisingly, I'm going to go with The Realm of the Elderling series by Robin Hobb, because it deals with a lot of really tough issues. It deals with grief and loss. It also deals with abandonment and self-identity and pretty much just you name it, it's in that book. Number 3. Fall is back to school season. Share a non-fiction book that taught you something new. For this, I'm going to say Just Mercy by Bryan Stevenson. It's a phenomenal book about the death penalty system in America, and particularly focusing on the South and minorities. And before that book, I was not very familiar with how the system worked and frankly how incredibly flawed it was. And so I would highly recommend that to every single person, because it's very important that we understand how that all works. It's mostly told through memoir style, so that made it just, I guess, extra interesting for me, but I would highly recommend it. Number 4. In order to keep warm, it's good to spend time with people we love. Name a fictional family, household, friend group you'd like to be part of. I mean, I adore the Weasley family, and every time I reread Harry Potter, I'm just like, I really want to be part of this whole family unit. Mrs. Weasley is honestly everything. She's the perfect fictional mother, and Arthur is like the nerdy, cool, adorable dad, and just I would fit in so well with all of them. So I'm going with the Weasleys. Number 5. The colorful leaves are piling up on the ground. Show us a pile of fall-colored spines. Got a couple books to show you, mostly because I didn't want to get up. But there are, 4 books here? And I'm just going to give you the titles, because some of these books, even though I have them here, are not necessarily ones I like. The first one I got is Restoration, which is actually really good. It's by Rose Tremaine, and it's all about Restoration Britain. So what happened when Charles II came back and brought England back into power. And it's just a really fun, good book. There was a movie. This is the only cover that was available because I had to read this for school, and this is what they had in the bookstore. Not my favorite. But we had Robert Downey Jr. playing Charles II, and frankly, he did a phenomenal job. Ian McKellen's also in the movie, but The book is really, really fun and great to read, and captures the time period quite well. Second, one of my favorite books is James and the Giant Peach by Roald Dahl. And this follows a young boy named James, and he lives with his, I think, like aunt and uncle. It's been years since I've read this, and they're not that nice, but ultimately, I don't remember how, but there's this giant peach that grows on the land. James hitches a ride on the peach, and they pick up friends along the way, and a good time is had by all, frankly. Third is The Tale of Despereaux by Gaëtane de Camillo, and I recently read this book, so if you guys want to see a review for this, I will post that below. But it's a cute little fairy tale-like story about a mouse named Despereaux, and there are other characters involved, like a rat named Chiaroscuro. A cute little book, very quick read. And finally, Eldest by Christopher Paolini. I actually got really bored in the middle of this book and I never finished it. Couldn't get into it, but this is the second installment in the Inheritance Cycle series, and it's all about this young boy named Eragon who ends up getting a dragon egg and ultimately finds out that he is a dragon rider, and it's kind of all about his tales with that. And this is the second installment, which follows, I think, his friend Murtaugh, and about his experience with dragons. But as I said, I never finished it, so it wasn't my favorite. Moving on to the next question. Fall is the perfect time for some storytelling by the fireside. Share a book wherein somebody is telling a story. The one that pops into my head immediately is The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. The character in that book is literally telling a story. Like, the entire book is him telling a story about his life. So I guess I'll go with that. Next is The Nights Are Getting Darker. Share a dark, creepy read. The Historian by Elizabeth Kostova. It's Dracula-esque, and it's just so much fun. I literally couldn't put it down. I read it on a lot of dark nights, and it's just so much fun. It's so suspenseful and eerie, and frankly, just it's good. It's so good, but it definitely fits into the creepy category. Next, The Days Are Getting Colder. Name a short, heartwarming read to warm up someone's cold, rainy day. Two books for this. First, Winnie the Pooh storybook. They have a lot of really cute short stories in here, all by A. Milne, and it's just, I love Winnie the Pooh. One of my absolute favorite children's books. Something I still cherish today, never fails to cheer me up. Second, The Old-Fashioned Storybook by multiple authors, and they have a lot of cute little fairy tales inside. Let's see if I can find one. Oh, there's one. Three Little Pigs, for instance. So any of these in here are always a really good time to read on a bad day. Fall returns every year. Name an old favorite you'd like to return to soon. This is kind of difficult. Usually I'm one of those people who's just like, if there's an old favorite I have, I'm literally just going to pick it up and read it. And so, I mean, I literally just reread Harry Potter. If I go to anything, I might have to re-pick up, like, The Lord of the Rings or something. But I don't necessarily know if I have one that I want to pick up in the very near future, as an old favorite, that is, because I mean there are a lot of other books that I've read recently that I'd love to go back and reread. So for right now, I don't really have something that's pressing for that category. I have too much on my TBR to really go back and reread other things. Do I make time? Yes, if I'm in the mood, but for right now, I don't have anything. Fall is the perfect time for cozy reading nights. Share your favorite cozy reading accessories. I don't exactly have cozy reading accessories. Literally all I need is my blue rocking chair, which is in my bedroom, and a book, whether it's on Kindle or if it's in physical copy. I need a good light, maybe a cup of tea, but for the most part, I really just need a book, some light, and my rocking chair, maybe a bed. Those are my main accessories, if you will. And I guess that's it. So I don't have anyone to tag because, as I said, I don't have very many people that follow me. But if you'd like to do it, feel free and just leave a comment if you decide to do it. Say I tagged you, and then I'll come watch it and we can have a great time. It'll be Friday the 13th, and I will come back with another video for you guys again sometime soon. And all my links are below. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Okay, bye!